everyone! Okay, so today is childhood. What can I tell you about my childhood? I had a very happy childhood. How's that for once? Just reality TV taught me that everybody has had a crap childhood but me. I was born in Paris and I was raised there, and I moved to Brussels when I was 6, on my way to 7. So, good deal of memories in Paris. I'm the youngest of 3 children. My sister is 2 years older than me and my brother is 5 years older than me. I was pretty much the most erratic kid you could ever see. I wasn't a hyperactive kid at all. I know a lot of people are like, I was a hyperactive as a kid. I wasn't. I was just that much amused by things, apparently. Meaning that I did a lot of stupid things. I was a very clumsy, well, not clumsy, but I just did a lot of things just for fun, and they were really stupid. Basically, my parents once said that they wanted to have four children, but only had 3 because of me. And that after me, they were like, yeah, maybe not. Because my brother was a very calm, sort of in his own world child. My sister was a very cute, nice little girl who liked, you know, plush toys and hugs and whatever. I used to laugh a lot. I didn't cry much, and everything amused me. Everything. I could play video games, just like I could run outside for hours, just like I could play in the mud. I loved going fishing with my grandparents. I loved going on holidays with my grandparents. I know a lot of people when they were kids went to really nice destinations and stuff, and my parents were broke because they had their babies when they were students. So, and so we never went anywhere because my parents never had their holidays at the same time. So my dad usually went with us to my grandparents or his parents in July, and my mom took us to her family in August with my grandma. That what is most of my childhood memories is summers with my family, and it's a really nice feeling. I was 2. My mom had just bathed me, and she put me on the kitchen, on my that kitchen chair for babies, because she had to answer the door. She went to answer the door, and it was my grandma, and when she came back, she'd left an entire plaque of butter on the table, and I'd eaten all of it and smeared it all over myself, throwing hammers at the frozen pond with my brother. Once I stole some yogurt from the fridge, went into the bathroom, and for some reason they thought that eating a yogurt meant putting it like this over my head and waiting for it to fall on my face, which it did. My mom found me at that moment, so she laughed a lot. I was 4, I think. I pretended to eat green beans. Yeah, green beans. So I chewed them, but instead of swallowing them, which is really stupid because the hardest part is actually chewing them, not swallowing them, I threw them under the table. And then my dad saw it, and then he made me eat it again. Scooped it out from the floor and made me eat it. I once tried to put on, I don't have it here, but it's up here in my bed. But I once tried to put on my Paddington Bear, which is like this big, my Paddington Bear coat. You know when a child puts on a coat, it goes like this. So I tried to do that, and then I got stuck, and I think I was 3, and it was at night, and I shared a bed with my brother and sister. And my brother and sister faked sleeping because we were supposed to be asleep, and my parents heard me because I was stuck. And they came into the room, and then they saw me, and then they started laughing, but at the same time they didn't want me to see them laughing because they were supposed to lecture me or something, but they couldn't because apparently there was a very hilarious sight, that thing. I got lost in Disneyland, Paris. They was trying to remove Excalibur, and I was really, into it. I thought I could do it. And then I turned around and they weren't here anymore. I wasn't shy at all as a kid. I could be not insolent, but very outspoken, and that from a very young age. But I was one of those changing my mind a lot kid, meaning that I did drawing classes, painting classes, pottery classes, judo, soccer. I think I did calligraphy, I did Japanese classes, obviously. Creative computer classes, theater. I never learned to play an instrument. I usually self-taught myself with the help of some friends who could play the piano because I really like the piano. And something that's really popular in Belgium is taking musical classes, how to learn how to write music and stuff, and all the kids in Belgium do it because it's free. And my parents didn't do that because they were like, you choose whatever you do. Extremely close to my parents. There's no generational gap between us. We have the same sort of interests. I was a huge tomboy, an actual real tomboy when I was a child, not just like, I'm not a girl. That's why most of my friends were boys when I was a child. I was an adorable chubby kid, let that be said. I was a very curious kid, as I said, but I wasn't a bookworm, so I like to read anything and everything. Finally, T and Ria, I'm extremely annoyed at the fandom for being such a rude load of jerks to Ono, but that doesn't take away the happiness of seeing him in Anon. And goodbye to you all. I'm really sorry this exceeds, I think, 5.5 minutes, but you know what? You asked for it, so bye!